St. Catherine of Siena sees the Blessed Trinity as a great sea. When one looks at the ocean, one might find turbulence on the level of the waves, but at the deepest level there is not much movement. And so it must be with the soul. Whatever is happening around us, we need to be so anchored in the divine will and the stillness of the Blessed Trinity that controls all things, that we are not moved or ruffled by all that happens on the superficial level. And that applies on a daily basis, for we don't have to get involved with all that we could get involved in. A conversation can pass us by without ruffling us if we know how to engage without engaging in such a way that we defend at all costs our important opinion, forgetting that peace of heart at times can be more useful. For the world will go on without us and without our opinion. The truth stands perfectly well on its own feet. If people want to know, that is different. If they ask wanting an answer, that is very different. But why do we have to aggress someone who knows everything? That same Catherine of Siena was told by the Eternal Father, "Remember, O daughter, that you are she who is not, and I am the one who is." Essential being, therefore, is our God. And we have on loan some spark of that being that we call life. But when we are once ignited, the soul will not stop being. And so it is very important that soul makes good use of this spark of life, this moment that we call time, for eternity depends on it. There are some who make a lot of noise and suddenly are heard no more. But once they have gone, they have to hear the echoes of their words forevermore. And there we do not hear the last word. It is a mystery of the soul in its encounter with its Creator. It is not our business to judge. The invitation of Christ has this powerful word that oftentimes we are much in error when we judge others, whereas in judging ourselves we are always profitably employed. The old saying, "Mind your own business," holds well also in this. God so loved the world, we are told. And therefore, because God is goodness, He wants to share ecstasy. Bonum est diffusum sui. Goodness is diffuse of itself. It keeps on giving off goodness and sharing it with non-beings called into being. This then is the optic. But it is a mystery of the divine plan that He didn't want robots, automata, that applied in the first wave of the angelic sphere created that we cannot see normally. They were not given the fullness of vision and glory and ecstasy until they had passed a test, and we know what happened. and in their case it is irreversible because of the fullness of knowledge and responsibility that they have. In our case, it is fixable until we have no more control over time. The last instance, moments of time passing into eternity are beyond our reach. It is possible that at that moment something happens just before the sentence is pronounced that is beyond our grasp, and therefore we have no right to judge. For maybe the Lord is able to show them at that point, just before they go into irreversible eternity, what is about to happen and what the choice is. But alas, what we do know is that many, even at that point, follow their own proclivities because they've always said no anyway, and it is second nature to say no. Only at that point, the no has an unending echo. If we only knew the preciousness of this gift of time that we have, and the God that we have to do with, we wouldn't play God ourselves. We wouldn't want to reign. We would stand back in awe. We are before a higher power, the higher power, the God of gods, Lord of lords, who only in the Christian faith has shown himself for what he is. The mystery of the fatherhood is massive, but we know that he is love, and any portrayal of a different God is not of God.
Santo Spiritu, in secula seculorum. Caritas,